Is it really worth it? Is it really worth being a Division I athlete? Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm with my dog Cam.
It's good, it's good.
And we about to do a little Q&A, so we'll go right into the first question. What's the hardest part about being a Division I athlete? For me, definitely time management. That's definitely something that as a Division I athlete or like a college student athlete in general, they have to learn how to, I'll say, master or execute. Outside of time management, I'll definitely say trusting the process from the perspective of a lot of athletes, you get caught up in wanting to get the result right away, especially coming from high school. You're playing all the time in high school and then coming straight to college. You want to see results like this. You want to score a touchdown, you want to catch a game when it passes, like you want all of that to happen fast, but that's not how it works. You just got to learn how to trust the process, take it day by day and control what you can control. If you attack each day, giving it everything you got and just focus on that day, then it's just going to compound and you'll get to the point you want to be. Hopefully that answers the question, but yeah, time management and then I'm trusting the process from the perspective of results. You're going to want to see results like this. You have to trust the process and you have to go through the process, the journey.
I believe for me personally, I think it's more of a time management. You know, also like schools and stuff that you're at that are very like prestigious, and I would say trying to find a routine, which, you know, my dog Koven does very well. He has a very strict routine he goes by. Me personally, you know, I try to get myself into like routine and find other stuff that I like to do on the side that'll keep me busy, and also, you know, find a time to make sure, you know, you're stretching and doing all the stuff that helps you become a better athlete, you know, with school and stuff, making sure that you're on top of your work, you know, in that aspect. But I would say Division I wise, you know, I think that the time management part is very important for all athletes.
Our second question is, have you ever felt like quitting? No, I've never felt like quitting. The type of personality that I have is when I tell myself I'm gonna do something, I'm so stubborn on that, whereas that's not gonna change. Like I'm just gonna keep giving it everything I got until I can't anymore. So the thought of quitting never entered my mind. It's just similar to what I said before, trusting the process and understanding that everybody's on a different journey in life. Don't try to compare yourself to everybody else and just focus on you and your journey and realize that's all you can control. Like you can't control so-and-so over here who's doing whatever. Like all you can control is you. So the thought of quitting, that's never entered into my mind. If there was a day where that entered my mind, then I don't know, it's not Koven, but that won't happen with me. So
have I ever felt like quitting? That's a good question. From my knowledge, like I wouldn't say quit. There'll be times of definitely like doubt and stuff that'll creep in a little bit during, like, you know, the process. You know, I always, you know, have a thing where I've always look at, you know, my, you know, family pictures, or I would look at, you know, all the people that have got me to this point, and you knowing that, you know, you can't stop now. You know, you made it this far. The journey can only get, you know, so much better for you. You know, you have a lot to accomplish with football, and I want to play this football as long as I can for the, you know, the best that I can and the best of my abilities. So I wouldn't say hasn't been a time where like I wanted to quit. Nah, but like, you know, there'll be doubts of, you know, can I do this, can I do that, you know, yeah, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, in the back of your mind, you always got to remember why you're here, what you're here for, what's your why, which is very important, you know, in this game, because you gotta have a why. Yeah, I would say that.
The third question, how many hours a day do you actually put in as a Division I athlete?
It's pretty much like, I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty much like all the time. I'm like,
that's all I'm saying.
Is like, cause you'll have time here and there, like you want to do other things, you know, that's outside of student athlete, like, you know, making content and stuff. You know, I'm trying to get into doing like streaming and stuff on Twitch. Most of the time is you doing work, you trying to recover, you trying to get better mentally, you know, mentally prepared, physically prepared to be able to attack the day every day, because, you know, you're not gonna get, you know, like Koven said, the same results every day. So pretty much it's 24/7.
Yeah.
If I could, you know, say it in, you know, the shortest sentence possible, it's 24/7.
1000%, it's 24/7. I don't see how it's not 24/7. For practice, we have to study the script, be prepared for meetings, prepare for practice, body feeling good. All that is time dedicated to the sport. Like a lot of people that don't understand it, they think, oh, practice, meeting, oh, okay, you just have practice and meeting. No, it does not stop there. You have to make sure your body's good. You have to make sure you know the script. That's just all part of what we signed up for. I mean, you know, definitely 24/7. Especially if you're you're super invested and locked in on the sport you're playing, and then being a student as well. Like if you're going to college just happy to be in college now, then you know you have some people where it's not 24/7 for them. They go to practice and they don't think about football. Like you can tell there's people like that, and then you can tell the ones it's on their mind all the time. My goals and my dreams are so big where it's like it consumes me. Like, Koven, what do you think about all the time? It's associated around not only football, the dream that I have portrayed and taking the steps to accomplish. So, and football falls within that dream. So it's thought about 24/7. Then if you're hearing this and you're like, dang, I don't want to spend 24 hours a day, then don't play Division I ball.
Yeah,
straight like that. Yeah. Our fourth question: what separates D1 from high school?
A lot of things. Play, weight room, knowledge, IQ, competition. That's like probably number one. Cause you going in high school, like where I play at Oxon Hill High School, Maryland. So the competition was it was select few teams that were really good, and there were select few teams that were pretty like, you know, not as good. You know, getting to college, you realize, like, if you really think about it, every team is good. Like every team it's not gonna be like a slouch fest. You see a lot of like upsets in college football. You know, there's no team that's not good in college football. Even though they had a bad season, that don't necessarily make them not good. You know, if that makes sense. Like I feel like, you know, especially like this last season that we played here. All these games that we've played, like, they're not pity pat games. Like, you're facing, you know, really good teams. Like, they're all really good teams, you know, and, you know, you just gotta be on, you know, P's and Q's every single day. So, you know, that high school level to college is definitely a big jump, and only select few can handle it. And, you know, select few will, you know, fall from it, but it's a big gap, you know, and a lot of people aren't, you know, able to make it this far. So, and it's a reason for that.
Is there a big jump from high school to D1? Yes, there's a big jump. And for me, the biggest jump has been, I don't know, it's a lot. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll say the knowledge definitely behind the game, high school to college, there's no comparison on how much more you learn when you get into college. It's professional. That's the best way to put it. It's professional. Like, you're in a professional environment 24/7. High school is a little bit more relaxed, where college is very professional. Everything matters. Meetings, weight room, on the field, everything matters in all aspects. The biggest thing, I'll say. And then our last question, is it really worth it? Is it really worth being a Division I athlete?
Absolutely. Just gonna put it plain and simple, absolutely. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I'm blessed to be in this position. You know, it's obviously long roads. You're gonna have great days, worst days, terrible days. You know, you're gonna have a lot of that. But I'm not trading that for the world. You know, I love this sport. I've played this sport since I was like 4 years old. I mean, it's my livelihood. I mean, this sport, you know, I wanted to, you know, feed my family. So, you know, I'm gonna treat it as such, and, you know, do what I can to the best I can.
It's definitely worth it. It's 100% worth it. And again, for me, my biggest motive behind it is, like, I've been playing this since I was little, like since the age of 6. I've invested so much into the game for me to be like, oh, it's not worth it. The investment behind it creates its worth. My goals, my dreams, they're big, and it's associated with the game of football. So is it worth it? Yes. And football's taught me numerous life lessons. So I'm blessed to have experienced playing the game of football and continue to experience more. It's definitely worth it. I cherish every moment of it. You know, like Cam said, there's days where it's ups and downs, just like anything else. But it's a blessing to play the game, and if you love it, then you understand that. Is it worth it? Yes, it's 100% worth it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Cam, is there anything else you want to say? Wise words of Cam.
For like all my athletes out there, you know, keep going, you know, keep striving, you know your why, you know, just find your why. Whatever it is, family, it could be your personal things. Just find your why. And also, I would say always be a student of the game. Always be a student of the game. I learned that, especially like coming out of high school and you know, picking up on small tendencies of, you know, just being here. You know, always be a student of the game, because you can learn something new every day, and you do learn something new every day. So I would say that keep working, I always go by this motto of, you know, love what you do and do what you love. I really take that to heart, because it's like, you know, it's a cold world out here, you know, and you always gotta, you know, you gotta find something that, you know, that you love to do in the world, you know, and, you know, just being happy, you know. God first, God bless.
Facts. Keep going, we keep pushing, you know, we accomplish the goals that we set out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.